All right, let's get into it. Today, we're basically becoming cosmic detectives. We're on the trail of the biggest cold case of all time, the very beginning of our universe. We're investigating the Big Bang.
I mean, it's the question, isn't it? Before any stars, before our planet, before, well, anything, what was there? How did this all get started? It's a question humans have been asking forever, and what's so incredible is that we're actually starting to find some real answers.
You know, luckily for us, the universe wasn't exactly a perfect criminal. It left behind this trail of evidence, cosmic fingerprints from its very first moments. And over the last 100 years or so, we've gotten really good at following that trail.
So, our first huge piece of evidence, the first big break in the case, is the mind-blowing discovery that the universe isn't just sitting there. It's actually getting bigger.
What's so cool here is how the idea actually came before the proof. So in 1927, you've got this Belgian astronomer, Georges Lemaitre, who comes up with this wild idea that the universe started from a single point and just expanded. Then, just 2 years later, Edwin Hubble comes along with the smoking gun. His observations proved it. Other galaxies were, in fact, racing away from us.
So how on Earth did Hubble know they were moving away? Well, the secret is something called redshift. Just think about an ambulance siren. You know how the pitch drops as it speeds away from you? Light kind of does the same thing. As a galaxy flies away from us, the light waves it's putting out get stretched, and that shift moves them toward the red part of the light spectrum. It's basically the universe's speed gun.
And this chart just lays out what Hubble found so perfectly. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it's speeding away from us. It's not some random thing, it's a direct connection. A galaxy that's kind of close to us is moving away pretty slowly, but one way out on the edge of what we can see, it's receding at just unbelievable speeds.
So here's the kicker. If you take that cosmic movie and you just run it backwards, what do you get? If everything is flying apart now, then way back in the past, it all had to be closer together. And if you go back far enough, everything, I mean all the matter and energy in the entire universe must have been crammed into one single, incredibly hot and dense point.
Okay, let's move on to our second clue. Now, if the universe really did start in this super hot, fiery state, shouldn't there be some leftover heat? You know, like an echo from that initial furnace? Well, it turns out there is.
This number right here is one of the most important numbers in all of science, 2.7 Kelvin. That is just barely above absolute zero, the coldest temperature that's even possible. And it's the background temperature of empty space pretty much everywhere we look. So why? What is this super faint freezing cold glow?
It has a name, the Cosmic Microwave Background Radiation, or CMBR for short. And this is it. This is the literal afterglow of creation. Discovering this was the final piece of the puzzle that really cemented the Big Bang Theory. This light, which was once unbelievably bright and hot, has been cooling down and stretching out for almost 14 billion years into this faint microwave hiss that we can detect today.
And this ancient light has some really important features. No matter where our satellites look in the sky, they pick up this energy coming from every single direction. It's almost perfectly uniform. It's not coming from a star or a galaxy. It's coming from the very fabric of space itself. It's the perfect echo of a universe that was once uniformly hot.
I mean, this discovery was an absolute game changer. Just like NASA says here, by studying this afterglow, we've been able to figure out how old our universe is with incredible precision. This isn't just another clue. It's like finding the universe's birth certificate.
Okay, we've got an expanding universe, and we've got this ancient afterglow. Our third and final piece of evidence is all about chemistry. What was the universe actually made of right at the beginning? In the first few minutes after the Big Bang, the entire universe was basically like the core of a giant star, a massive fusion reactor. As it cooled, protons and neutrons started to form. Then, for just a very short window of time, it was hot enough to fuse hydrogen into helium. But, and this is so important, the universe just kept expanding and cooling down so fast that the whole process stopped before it had time to cook up heavier stuff like carbon or oxygen. So the theory makes a really specific prediction. The original primordial gas in the universe should be about 3/4 hydrogen and 1/4 helium. And guess what? When we look out at the oldest stars and the most distant galaxies, that is exactly what we find. The chemical recipe the theory predicts is a perfect match for the evidence we see out in the cosmos.
So, we followed the clues. We have the runaway galaxies, that ancient glow, and the universe's original recipe.
and they all point to one single, inescapable conclusion.
The verdict is in. The Big Bang Theory isn't just some wild guess. It is the absolute best explanation we have, backed by mountains of evidence for how our universe got here. It tells the story of a journey from a point of unimaginable heat and density to the vast, incredible cosmos we live in today.
Now we have to clear up the single biggest misunderstanding about the Big Bang. That name, Big Bang, is honestly a little misleading. It wasn't an explosion in space, like a firework. It was the expansion of space itself. There was no outside for it to explode into. Space itself began to stretch, and it carried all the matter and energy along for the ride.
Yeah, maybe a better name would be the everywhere stretch. It's definitely less dramatic, I'll give you that, but it is so much more accurate. From a single point, space just stretched out in all directions. And you know what? It's still stretching today.
So the case seems closed, right? But in science, every answer just leads to more questions. This story is far, far from over.
So let's just run it back one more time. We have three totally separate lines of evidence: the galaxies flying away from us, that ancient glow from every direction in space, and the original chemical recipe of the cosmos. And they all point to the same single origin story. We've cracked the case of how it all began, but that expansion that kicked off 13.8 billion years ago is still happening. And that leaves us with the next great mystery, doesn't it? If this is how the story began, what happens next? And how is it all going to end? Well, that is a case for another day.